Hi everyone, welcome back to our English classes. Today we are going to discuss about a beautiful story, The Outlaws Report. What is Outlaws? Yes, Outlaws here in this lesson, Outlaws is just the name of the boys group. They named their group as the Outlaws. So this is the story of William and his friends. One day, William was walking from some houses he just visited, and on the way, he was thinking about the talks he had overheard from there. And it was about the better conditions of their lives. Their lives means the elders' lives and their shorter hours, then higher wages. Wages means money you earn. Then freedom from want and fear. Want means something you need but do not have. Then the beverage report. So he was thinking about the beverage report. All the people from the houses he just visited were talking about the beverage report. Beverage report means an important document published by the government of England in 1942, which proposed steps to improve the life of the citizens of England. So, that report offered better conditions, shorter hours, higher wages, freedom from want and fear. So, William was thinking why the elders are getting all these, why they are not talking about the children. Don't they also need these all? So he just wished to share all this with his friends too. And he reached near his friend. Then who are the other outlaws? Yeah, Ginger, Douglas, and Henry. So William reached near his friends, and who are his friends? Yes, Ginger, Douglas, and Henry. Then William explained what he had overheard from there. Yeah, look here. Everyone is talking about better conditions of grown ups. They are going to get a wonderful life, they are going to get a very happy life, and no one is talking about kids. Then Douglas asked, why do grown ups get it all? Then William explained about the beverage report. Okay, so if we want all these, we have to prepare a report for ourselves because the grown ups are not talking about kids. So we also have to get more money and shorter hours. Okay, so they all agreed with that idea. What was that idea? Yeah, preparing a report for themselves. Okay, then they sat down there and they started composing the report, and they named the report for kids as Outlaws Report, the Outlaws Report. Then they started the discussion, which are the points they have to include in the report, the Outlaws Report. Then William suggested, yeah, the grown ups are talking about shorter working hours. So we also have to get it. We have to include that point first. What is the first point? Yeah, shorter working hours. Then Ginger told, not only that, we have to get longer holidays, more holidays than school term. So only less, we have to get less working days, but more holidays. But William not agreed with that. He said we should not ask too much. We have to get what we have to ask for as many holidays as term. So equal. Okay, working days and holidays should be equal. That's only fair. And he had the idea that when our brains get damages after the use of 3 months, we have to get 3 months holidays. That means after school, for 3 months, we have to get 3 months as a vacation. Okay, because their brains will get worn out. Worn out means damaged by long and hard usage. So If we get 3 months holidays, our brains will be growing back to their right size again. So the outlaws were very impressed. They noted their agreement. So, which are the points they have included? Yeah, first they talked about shorter working hours. Then it was about holidays. Okay. Then they are talking about higher wages. The grown ups are talking about higher wages. So, William wrote 6 pence a week pocket money and not to be took off for anything. So, they are talking about next, it is about pocket money. Okay. Then, what is the next point to be included? Yeah, it was about the subjects to be taught at school. So, they are telling no Latin, no French, and no arithmetic. That means they don't want to study Latin, they don't want to study French, and also maths. Okay, so they all agreed with that. Yes, the next point is about freedom from want and fear. The grown ups are not getting punishments, so the kids also should not get punishments. They can easily forget things and no one will ask them and nothing will happen. So, like that, the students, sorry, the kids also should get that equality. So, they don't want any punishments. Okay. And then Douglas asked, yeah, what about our food then? I wouldn't feel free from want without 6 ice creams a day. So he wanted to include that point too. He wanted to get 6 ice creams a day. Okay. Okay, then, my dear students, tell me what do you feel now? Actually, the outlaws are very seriously talking about the report, the points to be included in that outlaws report. But what do you think? Is it funny or serious when you read the story? So the first step is over. Their report is ready, but how it will become an act? So the Beveridge report is going to be an act of parliament. Then how will our report to be an act? So we have to find someone to take our report to London to see the government, and then only it will be an act. Okay, so it's really funny. Then Ginger told, yeah, there is Major Hamilton. He is a war officer and he has been home for the weekend. They say he has got some jolly important papers with him. He's going to take them back to London this morning. So he is going to London this morning. So if we meet him, he can take our report to the parliament. Okay. So we would just slip our report in with his papers. It would go to the government with them and be made into an act of parliament. So he is he is an officer, and if we keep our report with his important papers, it will reach to the government, and the government will make that into an act of parliament. So the four outlaws decided to meet Major Hamilton, and in front of Major Hamilton's house, there was a car loaded with luggage, and a man in a military uniform hurried down to the car and threw a bag on top of other bags and returned to the house. Then William crept up to the car and he got in. Then he hid under the back seat and he started searching for the papers. But almost immediately, what happened? Yes, Major Hamilton came back and he started the car. Actually, the three outlaws, yeah, Ginger, Douglas, and Henry, their faces frozen with horror. They were very afraid. Yeah, William was there inside the car. But William was only slightly worried, and he sat there quietly, and he continued searching for the papers. Then, at last, a briefcase was there. It was full of papers that looked important. He took the important papers carelessly and kept inside his school bag, and he decided to keep it back after he can keep the report inside the briefcase. He placed the Outlaws report at the bottom of the case. Suddenly, what happened? Yeah, the car began to slow down. It stopped in front of a hotel, and Major Hamilton got out of the car and went in. Then William quickly closed the briefcase and slipped out of the car. He set off down the road, pleased. He was very happy, and he started walking. The Outlaws report was on its way to London, so it will be an act soon. Why he was very happy? Yeah, their Outlaws report is on the way to the parliament, and soon it will become an act, and the kids will get all these freedom. Okay, so he was very happy. Then what happened? William walked on for a short distance and he stopped. What happened? Yes, he forgot to keep Major's important papers in the briefcase. It was still there in his school bag, and he had better put them back again, or he would get into trouble with the government because those were very important papers. At the car, he found Major Hamilton and a man. So he reached near the car. There was not only Major Hamilton, one another man was there who looked to be the manager of the hotel, and Major Hamilton was looking white with fear. And he was talking that I was there in the hotel a minute or two, and the important papers were there on this inside the briefcase, and it was on the seat of the car. Those important papers are missing now, so it's been stolen by someone. So I must contact the police now itself. William heard it and he asked, "What's been stolen?" And he pushed himself between them. Your briefcase? Major Hamilton looked at him, hoping for a miracle. Yeah, yes, do you know anything about it? There were most important papers in it. Oh, them, said William carelessly. I have got them all right. I was just coming to put them back. So it's with me. I have got it. And I was just coming to put them back. He took out the papers from his school bag and pushed them into the major's hand. There were long explanations, at the end of which the major took him into the hotel and gave him a wonderful meal. So they talked for a long time. After that, the major offered him a wonderful meal from the hotel. And William explained about the Outlaws report when he reached near his friends, and he explained everything what had happened there, and he told the report was stolen with the briefcase. Before we got there were some other papers too, but I bet it was our report they were really after. Someone must have found out about it. So, actually, the thieves were looking for our report because it's very, very important. It's having valuable points. So, they were looking for our report. And the outlaws were very disappointed because their report was not going to be an act of parliament. And William said, yeah, it's not an act of parliament exactly, but Major Hamilton said that he will do the best he can for us, and he also said he will take us to a pantomime at Christmas. Pantomime means what? A play for children in which traditional stories are performed with jokes, music, and songs. So the outlaws were really cheerful. A pantomime. Wow. Hurrah, they were very happy. So, the Outlaws report was completely forgotten after that for what was an act of parliament when compared to a pantomime. So, they were very happy about the pantomime and they forgot about the Outlaws report. And it is a beautiful story written by Richmel Crompton. Read it carefully for more than 2 times and try to refer dictionary to find the difficult word meanings. Then after that you can do comprehension A. It's a comparison between beverage report and outlaws report. Then after that you can attend comprehension B. Read these lines and answer the questions.